Okay, it is day number 7 of the V.E.D.A challenge, vlogging every day in April. Uh, we're 1 week, we're pretty much 1 week, 1 week into the challenge now, which is quite something. I'd say so far it's been going pretty good. But yeah, today, while I was at work, I started thinking about the table that I made for work. Kind of an odd thought, but over the summer, we did some renovations to the store, and we needed a new table. Unfortunately, we couldn't find a table that fit the proper 4 dimensions that we needed. I don't know. So I offered to build a table for the store, and this was the end result. Yeah. I'm not a trained carpenter person or have much experience with woodworking, but I still think it turned out pretty good. It's pretty much mostly made out of 2x4s, 4x4s for the legs, and the counter was this it was like this board that my mom found. Well, she got it at the hardware store. And I mostly put it together using a miter saw, basic hand tools like a hammer and measuring tape and a piece of sandpaper. Only had 1 piece of sandpaper, which is why it's kind of rough on some edges. And yeah, like it turned out well. I wouldn't sell it on Etsy or anything, but it's sturdy. It's not going to fall apart anytime soon. We keep a mini fridge on it, so it so far hasn't collapsed, so I would say mission success. And you know what? I really enjoy doing that. There was obviously a lot of things I would do differently, but I just didn't really have the tools. I would have loved to have, dang it, what's it called? A planer. I would have loved having a planer to make the boards a nice shape. Because there were certain points when I was putting together the frames, the boards were just really warped and stuff, so it was like, alright, I just gotta wrestle you to work with me here. Would have loved having a planer to just force you all to be flat. And then, you know, there's a bunch of stuff I could have done to make it actually look pretty. I could have sanded it. I could have gotten one of those, what's that tool called? There's a tool I see some people use where they run it along the edge of some things and it makes the edge of the edge of stuff rounded and a lot of stuff. I tend to find that nowadays I watch a lot of YouTube channels that do a lot of carpentry. I watch blacksmithing stuff nowadays, metalworking, just stuff like that. I really like putting stuff together. I like watching stuff being put together. That's my jam. One day I really hope to own property in a rural area. Rural outside the city. Just, you know, a decent size plot of land, have a house, have a barn that I can convert into a workshop with, you know, all sorts of toys in there, like a table saw, which I would have really liked for that project, because then I could have just gotten some stuff that was a bit wider. Table saw, miter saw, band saw, all them saws, all of them, sanders and get stuff for metalworking, blacksmithing stuff, because that'd be cool, making knives. At least once. I don't know. But then I could make like furniture. I could build stuff. Like, I know my fiance wants chickens one day. Could build a chicken coop. Bagok. But that's someday. The tricky thing is that I'm in the Toronto area, and around here homes like that can be rather expensive. You want land here, you gotta pay for it or move far away, which I'm not sure about yet, because I do have quite a few things tying me to the Toronto area. But of course, a lot of the things like work could be remote. The internet keeps me connected to friends. I could always come visit. I don't know. I still have time to decide all that. But yeah, that's pretty much what I hope for someday. On yesterday's video, I did get a question from the gnarly dude, basically asking me for my top 5 video games of all time, which is a tricky question to answer. For me, mostly. My taste in games tends to change quite quickly. And it's hard for me to say, like, you know, this is my number 1 game, this is my number 1 hated game, that sort of stuff. But top 5. You know what? Number 1 would be Crysis. The original Crysis, yes. Yeah, it wasn't the best game ever, or the best first-person shooter, but there were definitely elements to that game that I really enjoyed, that I would, like, definitely look to if I were to ever make a first-person shooter myself. And I enjoyed it. Like, I had fun with it. Legend of Zelda. That series I really enjoy. I enjoy the feeling of adventure that usually comes with the Zelda series. Mostly the 3D ones. I'm sorry to any retro 2D fans, but I don't know. I'm not a retro person, so I enjoyed the games like Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker. I mostly enjoyed the sailing part. It also had some of the best music in the series. Oh yeah, and Twilight Princess, which I know some people are like, Twilight Princess, that's one of the worst ones. So it's like, I enjoyed it, whatever. I had fun. Oh, Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon, yeah. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Yeah, I've always enjoyed Harvest Moon, and I guess by extension Stardew Valley. I have a lot of fond memories of playing like Harvest Moon 64 when I was a kid, and it's such a relaxing game. I enjoyed it. I had fun. What am I on? 3? 4th, I guess, would be Ark. Which I guess I mostly enjoy Ark for the building part of it. So I guess I could say sandbox games, because I also enjoyed Minecraft and pretty much any game with a building system, because it's like I said earlier, I like to build things. So those sorts of games just they scratch that itch. That's it. Like right now, and I've been playing Ark with Doc, Recluse, and Gnarly Dude, and a few other people, and on an RP server where I've been building a giant castle. And you know, I just really like it. I like to build things in real life and in video games. And I guess my fifth one, you all know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say Arma. I like Arma. I want to play Arma again. But the way I like to play Arma, not many people do. It's one of those games where it's a hard sell. Because it's a milsim, and most people playing games, they want something quick and fast, like Battlefield or Call of Duty. But Arma is a bit more, you get shot and you'll probably die pretty quickly. And there's many ways that people play the game. You have the people on one end who are like the hardcore military simulation people, who pretty much roleplay military stuff. They're the ones who, make the privates stand in line and do drills and you speak when you're spoken to, maggot, sort of thing. And then you have the people on the other end who kind of play it more like Battlefield and that sort of thing. They have it set up so that there's capture points or something like that. The way I played it, and I actually was an admin for a group that was just dedicated to Arma mostly. We did like, I usually refer to it as casual tactical. If that is actually a phrase. We had like organized missions. So someone would make the mission with the game's in-game editor, and then we would split ourselves up into squads, and we would decide who's like the squad leader, who's the medic, who's taking which role. And we would use stuff like the Acre mod, which added proximity chat and radio chat and that sort of thing. And we used Ace for like advanced medical stuff and all that. But we usually did that to make the game more challenging, more fun, and get like a sort of military style gameplay. But we never kind of we didn't get into like, I guess, the role playing of it. Unless it's like just for jokes or something like that, where I don't know, like tell Command he's an asshole. But I really enjoyed that, and I wish I could do that again. But unfortunately, the group I helped ran, unfortunately, is somewhat disbanded. Like we all still have we still have the Discord and stuff like that. So I guess at any point I could just like post in there like, you guys want to play some Arma? And and maybe I'll get a few people who will want to, but I don't know. I'd love to get back into that. Maybe I could look for a new group. There are definitely a few, but I won't play with my old Arma friends. I miss them. Yeah, and I know some of you who've known me for a bit will probably be like, why didn't you put Overwatch on there? I don't play Overwatch anymore. I don't hate the game, but I'm not a competitive person, I find. I don't like the feelings that Overwatch makes you feel. I don't know. I still enjoy it. If someone's like, hey, you want to play some Overwatch? I'll play some Overwatch. I still have it installed. But that's about it. So, I think that's pretty much it for today. Yep. Ugh. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be streaming tonight because it's already getting late, and I have to clean up some stuff and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be doing some D&D stuff tomorrow. Because Sundays I'm usually meeting up with friends to play D&D. So I think I'm gonna make tomorrow's V.E.D.A a D&D special. Won't that be fun, Jack? I think he doesn't like D&D. He seems bored of it. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I'm going away now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Dog, you don't look concerned at all. Nothing bothers you. You're just chill AF.